What's going on YouTube? Today I have a OU game against what's his name? DaBadAssWolf98, and he's using a Sun team. That's pretty obvious. I'm using a team that I created. This team that I created was based off DaBadAssWolf98 because I literally woke up and I just thought in my head, whoa, choice banded DaBadAssWolf98, that's a threat. So yeah, I opened up PokeGen 10 minutes later and PokeGen'd it and set it on a line where two dragons were. That was Dragonite and Latios. And I was like, wow, actually these two have good counters against each other. So then I added another dragon, and I added two more Pokemon, and then, after some modifying, Stealth Rocks was a big threat to this team. Long story short, this is the team now. So it's been working out pretty well. Well, I got about 4 or 5 battles together with it, and I've only lost 1 or 2 battles. I can't think off the top of my head. I do have another battle that I saved from this team, and I might post that up. I'm not sure though, because the guy was kind of a starter. He kind of was a noob. He was making, his predictions were kind of odd, so I don't know. I'll post that up maybe in 2 days or maybe tomorrow, depending on what's going on. Okay, that's that. Black and White 2's coming out tomorrow. So I do have the Japanese ROM of the game, but the save file got screwed up, and long story short, I'm now at the second gym, so I can't really use that for Wi-Fi battles, which I was planning on using, but the game screwed me over, and I can't use that now. So I am planning on completing the game on the full English ROM that's coming out tomorrow. I don't know when I'll be able to get the ROM, but hopefully it would be soon, because I do plan on making some walkthroughs with it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but hopefully I get it about tomorrow, maybe Sunday, sometime soon. But with all that said, I think it's time to get into the battle. So he's gonna lead off with his Ninetales. That's pretty obvious. Why wouldn't you? Because I have no weather and you have a Sun team. So yeah. Now I lead off to Rotom because Rotom can just Hydro Pump Ninetales if needed, or Volt Switch out if he doesn't go into Ninetales. But he actually, alright, well, the reason why I didn't go for Volt Switch was because it was so obvious. Maybe not too obvious, but it was very obvious to me. So he could have just went to Donphan and saved his Ninetales, and got a free switch into Donphan, got Stealth Rocks up, and all that stuff. So that's why I did a normal switch out into Ferrothorn, which he goes. I think I wanted to pull a double switch off to draw a fire type move in and switch into Dragonite, which he goes for a Will-O-Wisp, which is a good prediction on his part because I do have a lot of physical attackers on this team. So he could have just, it's pretty much a safe play by him, and I should have predicted that. But anyway, now at this point I know that Dragonite's really not much of use because I got the burn, and taking note that Fire Blast did that much damage, below half, to me, I can't risk it and go for another Dragon Dance, so I just have to attack this thing. And I went for Superpower because I thought he was gonna switch out into Heatran to take a Dragon Claw, but I don't. He didn't do that, so I pretty much get the idea that he just wants to sack this thing out. And that's damaging my team real well because I'm playing around it, trying to get him to switch out and predicting he's gonna switch out, and I'm making moves that favor him by thinking that. So that's really not doing good for me. So I just go into Haxorus, And the Solomon switch was iffy because he could have predicted my Earthquake, or he could have predicted me to go for the Dragon move, which staying in with 9 tails would have been a better idea. But I just went for Earthquake because I pretty much knew he's looking to sack his 9 tails. So I went for Earthquake. Now he goes into Salamence, and I switch into Rotom because my Rotom's choice Scarfed, and I'm like, alright, well, I can just Volt Switch out and get a Thunderbolt on this thing or whatever, and it'll do a decent chunk on this thing. But he shows that he's choice Scarfed by outspeeding my choice Scarfed Rotom. So now I know that he's choice Scarfed, he's locked into Outrage, and I'm just going to send in my Ferrothorn, paralyze him, which is awesome because he's choice Scarfed. And, you know, I didn't have Leech Seed on this thing, so I wasn't going to use that. But, you know, to get my rocks up, just, and I think Paralyze, yes, Gyro Ball really wouldn't have been a good move because he's paralyzed, so yeah, that's whatever. But the main reason why I went to Ferrothorn is to get the Paralyze on him, and that's awesome that I did. And the great thing about having Thunder Wave on Ferrothorn is that it's not too common. Usually it's overrun by Toxic, but it's just, you know, it's a great element of surprise that I have it on him, and Thunder Wave is pretty necessary on this team because it gives me that ability to outspeed a lot of threats on the opposing teams that I verse. So that's just great. So he goes in. All right, here he goes into Heatran, and Toxic looked so obvious to me, and I just had to stay in to avoid anybody else getting Toxic. So he actually goes for the Flame Charge, and being that Thunder Wave is really my only move to use because Gyro Ball wouldn't have done anything, Power Whip wouldn't have done anything, and I already have Rocks up, so Thunder Wave was my only move to use. So that's why I went for Thunder Wave. And so he goes for Flame Charge, and I'm like, alright, he's gonna have to go for it again because I don't see what else this thing can do. I really couldn't tell what set this was. I've never seen a Flame Charge Heatran ever. I think Flame Charge is actually a physical move, and I'm not sure about Heatran's base attack offensive stats. I'm pretty sure special attack he has a better special attack than attack, but I don't know. Whatever works for you, bro. And that didn't really work out too well for him there. So, mainly because I paralyzed him, which he definitely wasn't gonna predict because, you know, I'm 4 times weak to Fire move. I pretty much had to switch out, but I already mentioned why I stayed in. So I go into I go into Ferrothorn again because he can take these water moves all day and he can deliver with an answer, but you know, I'm just gonna get burned because that's what Scald does to my Ferrothorn. It just burns it first try. It's just gonna burn my fucking Ferrothorn. So with that happening, my Power Whips aren't gonna do nearly as much damage as they would have, and he's looking to just stall me out, hoping that you know, the after burn damage and after leftovers, his Scald's gonna take me out. But you will find out right about now that it does not take me out. And I knew that because I noticed the first time I used it only did about 20 damage. And you know, it kind of sucks having a water Pokemon on this team with Sun. Oh, I mean, Vaporeon should carry Hydro Pump just so he can take out possible threats, but I mean, its water moves are pretty much useless because the sun's up, and its pitiful special attack is, you know, not helping it out one bit. So now that my Ferrothorn dies, it gives me a perfect, free, safe switch into Darmanitan, and it's a good game from here because this thing, the sun's up, it's Choice Banded, it's a stabbed fire move, and I think that's all the benefit. Oh, Sheer Force, and it's Sheer Force boosted. So it's just gonna walk all over his team from here on. Even the resisted Pokemon, I mean, I know he knows it too. He was taking his time between moves. He was like wondering, well, how am I gonna win this? There really was no way. And he sends out this Donphan. He should have sent out Donphan anyway. Yeah, I guess it really didn't matter. But this Donphan is actually gonna live. No, I'm just kidding. He's gonna die. That Donphan wasn't gonna live from that. Are you kidding me? I did a calc on the Smogon damage calculator, and it turns out that it would have been doing just about 110% damage with all the conditions in play right here. At the least, about 110%. Maybe a little more, because I can't get a sheer force boost. I can't. It doesn't give me the ability sheer force in the damage calculator, so I kind of had to estimate how much sheer force would do from there. So I estimated about 100. It would do 103% at the least without sheer force. So you'd figure about 130% at the least with sheer force. Without sun, it would be about 110, I think. That's something like that. So anyway, guys, that's the battle. I enjoyed the battle. If you enjoy the battle, please comment. You don't have to comment, that's always optional, but always like. If you enjoyed it, please do like. Please do subscribe. I post battles. I post at least 5 battles a week. I don't know if I mean, only time will tell if I'll slow down or not. Definitely motivation helps me post those 5 videos a week, so please do that. What else? Well, actually, that's it. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you later. Peace.